I'd like to call the Tuesday, December 19th, 2023 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Ms. Brown, would you please take the roll?
Sunday, Mumgard, Gaines, Glover, Fansla, Klug, Stubbe, Engberg.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
Current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. Ms. Powers, Administrator's Report, please.
Thank you. I have just a couple of quick things. Keep an eye out for the city's 2023 annual report, which will be delivered between Christmas and New Year's to all Papillion households and water customers. And as always, a big thank you to our communications director, Trent Albers, for a fantastic job he does every year with capturing our year in review. And then just so you guys are aware, the city crews are preparing for winter. So with next week's pending wintry weather, I just want to take this opportunity to thank our professional public works and parks crews in advance for the incredible work they do every year, every winter season. And they keep our streets and our sidewalks cleared off for the public. And we're blessed to have such dedicated professionals. So thank you in advance. And then just our annual reminders that city offices will be closed on Monday, December 25th and Monday, January 1st. For Christmas and New Year's, and happy holidays, everyone. Hope you enjoy quality time with your loved ones and start off 2024 happy, healthy, and merry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item E1, Ordinance 2017, an ordinance to amend Papillion Municipal Code 5510, and I forgot. Oh, skip the consent agenda. We got to pay the bills. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Gaines, second by Councilwoman Klug. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Now we can pay the bills. Thank you. Item E1, Ordinance 2017, an ordinance to amend Papillion Municipal Code 5510 to reflect current practice regarding voting on motions. It's a public hearing. I'll open it. Do we have any proponents or opponents? Close the public hearing. E2, Ordinance 2018, an ordinance to amend Papillion Municipal Code 55.3 to adopt amendments as statutorily required by Nebraska Revised Statute 16404 regarding ordinance readings for the redrawing of ward boundaries. It's a public hearing. Any proponents or opponents? Close the public hearing. Item F1, Ordinance 2014, an ordinance to amend Chapter 146 of the Papillion Municipal Code entitled Door-to-Door Sales, Mobile Vendors, and Facility Use and Event Permits to add clarifying language and to correct existing inconsistencies. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 2014? Motion by Councilman Engberg. Second by Councilman Glover. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F2, Ordinance 2016. An ordinance to approve amendments to the Papillion Basic Municipal Employees Plan and Trust Agreement for the City of Papillion Firefighters Pension Plan and Trust. Is there a motion to approve Ordinance 2016? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman Stubbe. There is a request from the firefighter retirement community just to change the name of the plan. Currently, it's the City of Papillion, Nebraska Firefighters Pension Plan and Trust. They want to change it to the City of Papillion, Nebraska Firefighters Retirement Plan and Trust. Is there a motion to amend to change that throughout the document? Motion by Councilman Klug, second by Councilman Gaines. Please vote on the motion to amend.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. So, well, the motion to amend passes, so we're on the motion as amended. Any discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item F3, Resolution R230197. It's a public hearing and a vote, a resolution to approve a Class I liquor license for Buffet 402 Inc., doing business as Golden Apple Buffet, 9614 South 71st Plaza, Suite 102, and a manager application for Benny Dong. The applicant did ask that, they withdrew the application at the Nebraska Liquor Commission, but we had already published, so we're not going to take any public comment, and there's no action to take, but we did need to read it since it was published on the agenda. We're okay with that? Okay. Item F4, Resolution R230198, a resolution to approve 2024 trash hauling permits. In prior years, unless there's an objection, we handle them all in one motion. So I'll go ahead and read them, and then just kind of like consent. If somebody wants to pull one for a specific reason, just let me know. So Resolution R230198, a resolution to approve 2024 trash hauling permits for A, Abe's Trash Service, B, Gretna Sanitation, C, Waste Connections of Nebraska, doing business as Papillion Sanitation, D, Waste Management of Nebraska, and E, Waste Services of Nebraska. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R230198? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilman Glover. Are the applicants here? Okay. Who do you represent? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Do we have any proponents or opponents besides the applicants? Any council discussion? Please vote.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thank you. Item F5, Resolution R230199, a resolution to approve an interlocal agreement related to the provision of animal control services by the Nebraska Humane Society. Do we have a motion to approve Resolution R230199? Motion by Councilman Fanslow. Second by Councilman Gaines. Do we have any proponents or opponents? I will note that the Humane Society representative is here. Do we have any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Thanks for the partnership. It's all the regular agenda items. I don't think any committees have met. We'll note you should have at your seat the committee assignments for 2024. Just for the public, we reorganize the committees every year. It's an annual item. Try to mix them up a little bit, keep a couple of the same people on a committee, put a couple of new ones on so we get some new perspective, but also some historical knowledge. Try to make sure every ward is represented on every committee, and then if a council member has a preference, try to honor that as well. And I think I got all of that done, so hopefully there's no issues with the committee assignments. And then based on the motion the council made last council meeting on the affordable housing, we did create a new ad hoc committee for that. And I just put on there the people that were not on the audit ad hoc committee. So between those two, all 8 council members have an assignment. Any comments from the floor? Any comments from council? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, any comments from the floor? John? Your turn. And as you're coming up, since items on comments from the floor are not published on the agenda, it's not an item through the open records. Open meetings that we can talk about, but we can listen. So
why don't you give them that over there? Okay, this is about aloe, and I was here a couple months ago, and they're stalling me off, and I've got various pictures here of what happened, and they're going to pass them around. And some of those cracks were never there. Some were just small cracks, and when they ran over it with their trucks and so on, and they begged me to come in the yard because their machine from the fence to here, they would not fit in there, so they had to come down, take my fence down, come across my grass next to the house, and then they turned and was pointing out towards the street where they could get their auger going. They moved the fence up. They got a chain link fence. It was pulled up this high. I don't know how they got it down, and it ruined my fence. The posts are all loose. The cement must be cracked, or the posts are. They come out, and then they said to me, they came out a couple times, and they tried to deny it all, and they said, well, we'll take care of this or that. Last time they were out was December 1st, and they came on the property and looked around, and the same thing was there. They didn't want to do anything, and they talked about the eye in the sky, you know. And this guy takes out his phone, and his phone was about this big, and it was all black, and he just had one little line going down through. He says, "See that crack?" I said, "There was a crack in there, cement cracks, but not to the extent that they did. They broke chunks out, and this was down this much farther because they drove the trucks on my driveway." And the last meeting we had, he says, "We never drive on that driveway." And I said, "Well, when you put that thing up on that pole, it's heavy, big piece of metal," and that poor kid went up there, and they drove on there without my permission, and they helped him take this piece of, because there's a post right in the back of my house, and it goes between the school that's up there and my house. We're the only three that's on that particular line. They were there 3 weeks, digging holes, and anyway, they augured underneath the fence, broke that loose, and anyhow, we were standing there talking, and the truck driver drove up just as we're talking. This is the last meeting. And he comes over to me and he says, "Could I drive up there?" He wanted to get his bucket up so he could bring that piece down that they put up. And I said, I started laughing almost. I said, "That's ironic, because you said you were never on there." "I never were on there." The truck driver is his own person, the only employee, says, "Well, you did it the last time when I came in here. Well, I was on there. You never said nothing." I said, "Yeah, you guys drove all over my cement, and that cement flexes." They went under my driveway in the back, because I'm on the corner, and they went underneath that driveway. And I'm concerned. He says, "Oh, that'll never happen because they augured under there. You start disturbing concrete, and that's going to give you a problem." Anyway, that's the pictures. And I've got some here. I'll pass them down that way. You already got them over there? Okay. That first one is where my lot is. That's the truck is there, right there. That's not mine. That's the neighbor's. But he's bordering there. See that to the left of that truck? There's that pole. That's where they went in, and they came in with that bucket truck and put that up there. And they had to lower it down with a cable so that kid didn't get killed this time. The next one's over, just giving you an idea of where it is. If you look right where that pickup is, there's one of their tops. It's off to your right, to the right of that. That's where they went, and they went straight back to the south to that post, but they went under that fence. So then they came over and they came under that driveway underneath there, and then there's one of them in here that shows the fence was taken down. I think that's on one of the other pages. But anyhow, they took the fence down right next to that gate here that's right facing you right there. And they went by there, and then all the machinery, if you'd like to have something done, don't let them in there. Look at the size of that with that machine they had on my concrete and then denied it. And that little scroll fence there, they pushed that down, and I wound up spending 3 hours straightening that up, where that machine is sitting. If you look at this part of it, they're going under the fence out towards the street again. So they went back through my property, and they made a big H out of the whole thing. I'm just asking to take care of damages like they committed to, because they said they could not finish that project, because we were hanging out on the end there by the school, my place, and the neighbor behind me, and the school is on that fiber optic. That's tying that up. So I'm just asking for help from the city. Steve's been helping me and I've pestered him a lot, but he's been very patient with me. I want to thank him for the help. But it's getting to where I'm going to have to hire a lawyer and do something and sue. And I don't like to do that. And that's not always a winner. But I've got some of the writings down there. This one here is the one where they went under my driveway. And cement cracks. I'm not trying to take advantage of anybody, but some of them are now they're this wide, and they pushed it down, and they sunk it in there in some of those spots where you can't even walk. I've got to take my trailer out there. I haven't had that trailer out. He said, "Oh, you've had that trailer out there," and I said, "No, it hasn't been left the yard in 2 years." And I said, "You guys since then have done all of this," and I appreciate you guys letting me come up here and talk about it. But I do need some help, and it's getting to really take its toll on me, because I'm getting madder and madder and madder. But if you've ever had a contractor, you call them up to work on your house or something, and you're sitting there waiting and they don't show, that happened at least 5 times. he schedules a meeting and then doesn't show up, and he's just really trying to irritate me when he does come out. And then showing me that my eye in the sky on his phone, you couldn't see anything. It was dark black. There was nothing there. I know they've got one. And there was one crack that was kind of down the side of the driveway in the back. There, zigzagging a little bit down there. And you can see it right down there, but it was just a bare crack where you could see just the little bit of white in the cement yet. And that they opened it up that much, and these were taken right after they were there. So, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And since you have been in contact with Councilman Sunday and keeping him updated, we'll make sure staff is communicating with Councilman Sunday too, just in case there's anything the city can facilitate. We'll work that direction.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just been going on.
Oh, and can you give us your name and address for the record?
Pardon?
Can you give us your name and address just
Sure.
for the record?
I'm at 1002 South Madison Street, Papillion. And my name is John Worthman. John B is in boy. That's
Thank you.
my son over there. He's John H.
Thank you very much.
Any
Any other
keep those pictures? You're welcome to. Oh, okay.
any other comments from the floor?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Any council comments? Mr. Stubbe.
Yeah, I guess with regard to this gentleman and his complaint, that if there's a way maybe that we could have somebody from the city maybe make a contact with Allo and just kind of have a city's set of eyes go out and take a look at it along with Allo and the homeowner to see if there's anything that we can see while we're out there.
Kleffner's already been out there.
Mr. Mumgard.
Well, building on that, I would like to ask the city attorney to provide us an outline of what, if any, authority we have to do anything to force the resolution of that complaint. I know we awarded Allo a contract. Is there anything within that contract that then allows us to go in and force a resolution of this, help the citizen out?
We'll have that research and get that information out to all council members. Thank you very much. Any other council discussion? Ms. Klug.
Yeah, just, I want to add on to that. He's got concrete damage, but what about those that have yard damage and things like that? Is there a set cap or something that residents would have to meet? Because I'm sure many of us council members have been receiving these calls about what's kind of not gone as promised.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Just from not much from the last couple of weeks, we did have a league. I'm on the league and still working with the League of Nebraska Municipalities, and so we did have a board meeting. And again, most of what the league's doing at this point is legislative as well, trying to figure out what's going on with the next session, what are the governor's priorities, what are the senator's priorities. So don't have a lot of updates from that, other than I think it'll be an interesting session to watch again, because I think there's a lot of varying priorities, and it's a short session, so it's only 60 days, so not sure what, if anything, will get done. And then we did have a wastewater agency board meeting. I think we updated at the last council meeting that Dan Hoynes was selected as the permanent administrator, so that he has moved over and now is the permanent administrator over there. I think that's most of the updates from the last couple of weeks. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Gaines. Please vote.
AA 0 nays.
Ms. Powers said Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.